You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
Welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast, home of unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. I'm kicking things off, punters and dribblers, because you got three broken souls in front of you today. Tom, of not made of the right stuff fame, has lost his voice.
Not fair.
His nodes are playing up.
Yeah, I don't know if it is a node issue or if it's chords or if it's nodes on chords.
Is it nodes on chords, or is it the fact that you just lack ticker? I don't know. I'll leave that up to the audience.
You lack tick.
We're also
This is you. You sound like me all the time.
No, mine's got a bit more gravel. Yours is
Mine doesn't have as much gravel.
Yours is broken.
Yeah, but yours pretty much sounds.
Yours has left the building, whereas Jack's is like he's fucking 50 dart a day smoker on the Winnie Reds, that sort of voice, you know?
Yeah,
it's just because of the prolific passive smoking that I endured as a child.
Oh, really? From Mama and Papa?
From Papa. Papa was a big
smoker. Do you now do you hold that against him? Because
not at all. No, but he just loved punching durries.
I'm not serious.
And his kids, actually.
Well, see there.
Just durries.
Well, I'd go to school sometimes.
Sometimes he'd call you Durry, though.
Yeah, correct. Where have you been, Milo? I just been punching durries.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
have you nicknamed Jack Durries again? Yeah, done. He's in a fucking heap out the back. Okay. So this
Come here, Darries, you little cunt.
Sometimes I'd go to school smelling of cigarette smoke because it was so cold in Walker in the mornings and you're getting up early to go on the bus. And so he'd essentially just hotbox the vehicle.
Really?
And I'd just get out. Like fucking, there was a bunch of hippies getting out of a van smoking Yarndy in the 70s. Okay, see you, Dad. Mrs. O'Reilly would be like, Jack, have you been smoking? And I'm like, I'm fucking 8. No.
Well, dude.
Well, I have been smoking, but passively.
But you also, even at 8 years old, looked like you present like a kid that could be smoking darts at 8. You know what I mean?
It is the lack of chin, just
the way he looks. You know what I mean? Like it looks like he probably does smoke darts at 8, and like he probably does.
I wonder if the passive
He'd probably
smoking
kick ya.
resulted in the lack of chin, like
Maybe.
a deformity.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Hey, can I be honest with you?
What?
If it's going to be one of these kind of podcasts, I'm fucking out.
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean?
If this is a little fucking shit on Jarch session, I've done a good thing here coming on. Now, if this is going to be 45 to an hour of you chinless cunt, Papa Bear's packing up. Because I want to go home. I want to go home.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I want to go
Listen,
home.
can I? We all want to go home. We all want to go home, mate.
This is a big
and you
rib.
fucking, at least you got to lay you with a nice bag of ribs
Yeah, that's
and
true.
burgers or whatever the fuck you
Yeah,
got.
and watch TV with Tobler.
Well, explain to the punters and dribblers, I suppose, the situation today.
So we've been in Perth, punters and dribblers, for the fucking,
Great
for the
weekend.
Biffs. One of the great weekends all time. 3 days of fucking ripping and tearing, bit of debauchery, and plenty of Biffs. Just good old-fashioned fun, a lot of camaraderie.
Yep.
And just a really wholesome weekend with my friends. Now, I was looking forward to getting on the plane and getting the fuck back to Sydney and just chilling out.
Yep.
It doesn't.
Well,
the
we were going
things-
to have to do a podcast.
Yeah, but like it would have been on our own terms.
This would have
Tom.
been earlier. This would have been.
It would have been on
happening
our
with
own
the sun still
terms.
up.
That's correct.
Sun would have been up. It would have been about 6 p.m. ish. Like you can sell 6 p.m. at the markets, at least to myself.
No, you'd be able to sell that to me.
And we get to the fucking airport and Qantas go. So Tom and I can't check in. Don't know why. Then it's not it's not working at the little carousel thing. And the lady goes, "Oh, okay, well I'll check you in." And then she goes, "Good news, boys." We go, "Yeah." She goes,
You're going to be going to Sydney today.
Yeah, we've oversold your flight, and you're going to be moved back 2 hours.
It was-
I go, "That's not good news at all." Straight up.
In hindsight, she approached it in the oddest way.
She didn't approach it well. She seemed like a nice lady, but
But she was smiling as if like good news was coming.
Yeah.
All right, so you oversold the flight. That obviously means I'm now in business.
business class. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're putting us on business in the next flight, which will take the sting off of it. But instead, it was just you can literally stand at the gate of the flight you were originally on and like make fucking puppy dog eyes at the air hostess who forget that you exist like every 3 seconds, like they're goldfish. Like, what are you doing here? I'm like, you told me to come back to check if there was a fucking seat on the flight. Like,
Yeah, yeah. She was like,
she was like, you said come back in 2 minutes. I came back in 2 minutes, and you don't remember any of it.
yeah. And
You
she's
don't
like,
remember any
oh,
of that
did I say 5 minutes? I actually meant when we're boarding. Come back when we're boarding.
Yeah, yeah. She
Then
goes-
I hear when I'm on the John,
No.
they announce our names over the fucking intercom. I'm like, so I pack it up early and I'm
You
sprinting
pinched
back.
it off. I didn't hear that.
Had to pinch it off, sprinting back. I'm like, fuck yeah, my dreams have come true. Get to the gate and she's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, you just announced our names over the fucking intercom. I assume it was one of you.
Third time we've been up there.
She goes, oh, I don't know. And they're all looking at each other. And I'm like, so still no update? No update. Come back.
Perfect.
You have to come back again. And she goes, okay, so what we've done is we've put you onto the next flight.
And we're like, yeah, right. So like,
So just go all the way back to gate 14, okay, to the service desk.
No, fuck
They'll
yes.
print off your text.
also, what are those vouchers they gave us? Did they like?
We didn't even use them. They go, here's $20, but you can't buy piss.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've already eaten.
Here's $20. You need to buy something that is exactly $20 because they won't give you change, and you can only get it from these 3 stores. One of which is a bookstore. So great.
And one of it was a bagel store. I'm like, sweetheart, I'm not in the mood for bagels.
No.
Well, we drilled a
Fucking
very nutritious breakfast
yeah.
of, what did you get? Fucking
I got 4 slices of pizza.
But they weren't slices, Tom. They were mini pizzas.
There were 4. Well, like I mean, that's the
They
exact
were
same.
square.
So did he. We got the same amount of
I got
pizza.
2,
Yeah, I know, that's what
and
I'm
I only ate half.
No, we got the same amount of pizza. That was our experience.
I got a chicken croissant.
See, that was avocado that was hot.
Avocado and shit.
Dude, I saw that. I was like, what the fuck?
Did you eat that?
I did. I always fuck it up. In mornings like that when
There
it's
was
just...
nothing to eat. If you don't, again, it's... I love Perth, but you don't have a fucking Macca's at your domestic airport.
It's not an airport.
If you don't have a Macca's or a KFC or a Hungry Jack's or, heaven forbid, a Red Rooster, then you're fucking off your head.
It should be mandatory in all...
Oh, we've got some good cafes. Fucking good cafes.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't have good cafes.
I'll
These are
have
like
a fucking-
frozen sandwiches where the bread's hard. You know what I mean? It's like I'm having a crispy fucking bread roll.
I love an egg and let. And they had a lot of egg and let sandwiches, and I go, that's usually my go-to. I'll just drill
See,
it.
they didn't have anything that I was a go-to. I just went, fuck it, I'll go pizza.
That's why I panicked and went a chicken croissant.
Dude,
But why didn't you get your egg and
samba.
let?
Because they looked fucking shocking.
Oh, okay, right.
I was like, this is really not this is not our morning. And I got some pizzas as well. But I knew I was in trouble because I was like, I've drilled all my Nexium. And I go, this is just going to be a real indigestion fucking nightmare. And it was.
Oh, really? Was it?
Yeah.
The whole way home?
Wasn't good.
Oh, on the fly.
I just watched Inception because I was like, that's fucking got to think in that movie.
Right, so try and take
it away from the fucking, like, to figure out what's going on.
So we're taking away your indigestion.
So what we're doing is
So you take your indigestion away by thinking.
I didn't realize it was that good. Maybe
It's
you can
not.
start put a patent on that and just start selling thoughts
Well,
to try and help.
isn't that what we're kind of doing?
Well, that's true. Maybe
It is true.
But-
Nexium, shout out to Nexium.
Yeah,
Nexium's got a lot of go about it.
it does.
See, I think indigestion's just as beta as any fucking
Says the guy
health
with hay
issues
fever.
I
Yeah,
have.
hay
and
fever.
psoriasis.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Jesus
I mean.
Christ.
Indigestion's for pussies. What's the fucking wrong with you?
Nah,
You got a fucking down Gaviscon like a bitch, sculling it next to your bed. Like, you guys are fucking losers.
You know what,
Just,
Pete?
you know what, dude? Just shut up about it. Just eat food and shut up.
I do
No
that,
one wants
Tom.
to hear about your fucking indigestion every 5 seconds and you burping. Just shut the fuck up.
Cunt. Do you know
Get
how many
over
times
it.
I've had to sit
Get
there enjoying
over
a
it,
nice
cunt.
meal
Get
and watch you
over it.
lather inordinate amounts of fucking pour over
it's
your
off-putting.
schnoz?
No, it's coconut
and you
oil.
can hear
It's
he goes like
coconut
this,
oil.
Yeah, as
It's
he
coconut
flakes
oil.
food or
Flakes
skin all over his fucking food.
That's
yeah,
not true.
That is true.
That's true.
That's a
Yeah,
gross.
you scratch your nose, you flake all over the fucking food,
Do you know
all
how-
over the table.
Do you know how people? This is why indigestion isn't beta, because you know how people like attack cunts in the street with acid. It's like a thing. They do acid attacks
I mean, that's
Our
that's
body
a general-
produces a heap of that stuff.
That's like a generalisation. You right there, buddy?
Yeah, it's a flies. I don't know. It's a fucking bugger. Yeah, fucking.
Listen, I won't be critiqued
Oh,
by the
mate, I
guy
don't-
with,
no.
with fucking skin
I
flakes
think, no,
all
because
over
I
a fucking
think-
dining
I
table.
think
You
that
know
you
what I mean?
deserve it
I'm like-
because for a cunt that walks around like you maybe have some sort of spinal disease, you can't talk because you got indigestion, you're pounding Gaviscon into having a beater. The way you walk across the road.
Yeah, it's short
I feel
term,
that
baby. You're
fucking-
long term, mate. You've
what
been
are
doing
you
this shit for
talking about,
years,
mate?
mate.
You're long term.
If you
Psoriasis is just about the way my lifestyle. You know what? I just start sharpening back up a little bit more water here, a little bit more sleep there.
When you have
of veggies.
pasta, it looks like you have an extra dollop of mozzarella, but it's just your flaky fucking face skin falling all over your fresh
Mozzarella
pasta.
also not what you put on pasta.
Parmesan.
It's fucking absolute bogan.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
I mixed up a
tasty-
cheese, you
yeah,
stuck
dude,
up
it's
cunt.
pasta. Come on now. Fucking mozzarella on your pasta. You're a disgrace.
So, irrespective of how we sound right now at each other's throats, we did have a tremendous weekend
I loved Perth.
of pure friendship
I loved Perth.
and fun.
Perth is sick.
It
Shout
is
out to
fucking
Perth.
awesome.
Shout out to Perth.
Shout out to Perth.
You fly in, looks like it's in the middle of the desert. I assume it,
does.
probably
Well, no,
is.
it is, but on the coast as well.
But on the coast, bit of Swan River,
It feels isolated.
it does.
'Cause
But
it
again,
is.
I don't know if that's just my mind playing tricks on me because when you're in Hobart, you feel southern as well. You feel like you're at the edge of the earth down there, you know?
That's
But,
true.
but if I was just to wake up in Hobart with no idea where I was, would I still feel safe?
That's what I'm saying. And would I feel isolated if I was just to wake up in Perth, but I didn't know I'd arrived there? I'd been shipped there overnight.
Yeah, I see.
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I was like put in a coma and I didn't know about it, and I woke up in Perth. Would I
Yeah.
feel isolated
You feel-
immediately?
yeah.
Would you?
Hard to say.
It's tough to
It
say.
is hard to say.
Yeah, it is tough to say. We'll probably have to run that.
Yeah, we'd have to run that.
I
have to knock him out.
But Perth was good. Couple of things about Perth. Hard to get a feed.
it's hard to get breakfast. It's like again, cafes just seem to not be around.
And
It's
they're
not
just
really. There
You
doesn't.
think about like the town was fucking hip and happening. There was so much shit going on. I was like, no one runs cafes here,
No.
and also no bottle shops.
No bottle shops, no cafes.
Like I didn't see. I had to
I didn't
buy
say one bottle.
I had to go into like pubs and
we
stuff.
had to buy piss from the Hilton.
Dude,
Did you?
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Pretend
then,
like we were drinking it in the lobby.
yeah, dude,
Really?
one of the pubs that we had to go to because they were like, we're like, do you guys sell booze to take away? They go, yeah. Thank Christ, because you don't have any bottle-os in this town, or like they're all ages away.
Yeah.
And then you get into this hotel and they're like, tried to sell us 24 individual Coronas for fucking like $200 and something. I was like, excuse me? She goes, yeah, it's the only way we can do it. Grouchy's like, what the fuck? It was
That's
ridiculous.
just such
So,
a ridiculous way to get
Perth does need bottle shops
And cafes. But
and
outside
cafes.
of that.
And a Macca's at their airport.
Yeah. Outside of that, good vibes over
Good
there.
vibes.
Very good vibes. The only thing that fucked me off a bit, you know, when you're at any sort of licensed establishment,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you're standing around with your mates, standing around a fucking couple of bar tables. There's stools there. In most other places in the world, the individual, when in a licensed premises, has the option to sit or stand.
Yeah, but
It's a
but
great
standards
option.
can often be great for the soul.
Fucking oath.
Standing about.
And we were standing about, spinning yarns.
I reckon yarns are better when you're standing.
I agree.
I'd agree with that.
When you're
More
sitting
energy.
down, it feels like a fucking job interview.
That being
Standing
said,
up.
we are sitting down to yarn right now, but I do know what you're saying.
Yeah, a
Podcast standing would suck.
we can't stand up right now.
No.
And
We're
but
talking about in a pub.
So-
Setting.
why I'm saying this is because you'd be standing up, having a fucking schooner, spinning a yarn, and some cunt would walk around and you go, "You sit down, please, mate." You're like, "Sorry?" He goes, "Can you sit down?" I'm like, "What? What? Why?" What? Like it just
Yeah,
throws you
there's
off. He's like, "You got to be seated." I'm like, "It's a fucking pub."
Yeah. And I was like, was this a COVID reason? He goes, no.
So I don't understand.
Nothing to do with COVID. I'm like,
But that's
so,
bullshit, though. It has to. It has to.
I
Like,
took great pleasure in letting us know that there was zero standing.
yeah, but
I
then
don't
There were so many
get it.
pubs where you were allowed to stand, though, weren't there?
well, the one that we frequent,
Yeah, that
Frequented.
sports bar one.
Patriot
Sports Bar, the
Sports Bar.
Patriot Sports Bar.
Look,
Great.
shout out.
Shout out to Great Chicken Tenders there.
Discovered
phenomenal
by
chicken.
yours truly.
Yeah.
I try, I can sniff out a chicken tender and I can't smell.
And the mac and cheese balls.
They were also
They were
nice.
fucking red hot.
And the buffalo wings, but they were a bit spicy.
They
I
were a
preferred
bit
the
hectic.
barbecue wings.
The barbecue wings
Barbecue
were
was
red.
where it was at.
They were just as good American bar food there.
Although the
They
gravy
also
was shit.
they didn't love to serve. They didn't live to serve.
They were a little bit off you.
Sometimes they were a little bit grouchy.
Oh, you want a drink, do you?
How about you
That's
fuck yourself?
fucking annoying.
Yeah.
You're like, what, aren't you fucking working in a pub?
I saw them leave the fucking bar area more than they were in it. They just always seem to just fuck off.
they
and
just
then there'd be
fuck
no one
off.
behind the
Yeah.
bar. And
The
you're like,
first time,
what are we fucking doing here?
or the second time we went in to have, unfortunately, chicken tenders for breakfast, because there were
Well, they
no
arrived at
cafes.
12, so it was lunch.
But we get in there and we were like, can we order some food? And like, kitchen's closed. And like, oh, okay, when's it open? It's like 11:30, and you're like, oh, that's 3 minutes away.
It was 11:26.
No, it was 11. It was 11. Oh, yeah, it was 11:27. Then I went back at 11:30. She goes, still closed. I go,
Yeah, it's like, come on.
It's 11:30 now, though.
Yeah, didn't you say 11:30?
You like anyone-
And she did not appreciate that one little bit.
But the reality is, that's exactly what she fucking said.
Correct.
And so,
But it was almost like, because the bird that was getting the fucking kitchen ready, and she's like, well, she's just not ready. It's like, well, hey, soul sister,
But you could put the order.
fucking get ready.
put the order through, and also like, get ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Papa Bear's ready to deep throat a couple of chicky tendies, and the longer I wait, the crankier I'm going to get.
Look, what sort of vibe am I giving off, sweetheart? Because it seems pretty fucking clear to me that this guy needs some fucking chicken tenders.
Yeah, there's what you have here.
I do.
What you have here is 3 primed and horny young men, all with fucking heads of hair, that are just really keen to jam chicken tenders down their throat.
Yeah. What
And
about me?
What about that isn't coming across?
What aren't you getting?
Because you're missing something.
Something.
Because there's 3 hot, young, fucking virile studs.
There you go. Do we need to do push-ups or some shit? Like,
Who
what
want-
do you need to see?
Who want to
here?
mouth a couple of tendies?
Yeah. Yeah. I want a tendy to be still hanging out of my mouth while it's tickling my intestines.
Yes.
My small intestine.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what I want. Now, are we going to do that here, sugar? Or we're not? You know what she said? We're not.
Yeah.
Go back and sit the fuck down.
Yeah, we said understood.
if I see you fucking standing again, cunt, you're
gonna
out.
kick you out. Understood.
So wait, do I crawl back? Or?
Yeah.
How do we do this?
Yeah, we're gonna wriggle.
I love giving them a bit of lip like that when you've had a few and you start, well, how do I order a fucking drink? And they're like, Dave, you're smart ass. Yep, noted. No worries. Noted.
Tom, I couldn't help but notice that when we were at the UFC on the weekend that our good friends Neds were fucking sponsoring. Of
course
we
we were, mate.
dude. And it just makes you feel like, okay, what other betting provider could possibly align with the greatest fucking event I've ever been to?
Yeah.
Of course it was Neds.
You know what?
The greatest pairs with the greatest.
Always.
And we were responsibly engaging in some wagering.
Yeah, we
Sounds
were.
like Eminem. Engaging in some wagering.
Yeah, we're engaging in
Some wagering. Was engaging in some wagering.
But you,
Which I was.
which we were. But
Responsibly.
you can do it because of Ned's, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, you look down, you look at that fucking mat and that octagon Med boost on the floor. It makes you feel right, makes you feel good. Why? Because they're the best in the business. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Every market under the sun. They had NRL trials. People thought, oh, you couldn't bet on NRL trials. Fucking oath you can.
No, you
Neds.
can. It's actually one of the great elements of the NRL trials kicking off is that you can have a little something on your rugby league trials. So I just wanted to, on behalf of certainly Eddie and myself, Jack, I'm going to speak for you as well.
Thank you.
I just wanted to thank Neds for their support, but also for providing us with a product that is so elite.
Well, it's best in class.
Yep.
Now, punters and drillers, it is important to...
Serious stuff.
Serious stuff time. It's important to preface that if you need assistance, okay, please call 1-800-858-858 and always remember to gamble responsibly.
Correct. If you're engaging in some wagering.
If you're engaging in some wagering.
I saw some guys in Ned shirts. I said, hated them.
There we go.
Okay.
But that UFC, so we had a big first night.
We did have a big first night.
We pushed the boat out, which was always going to happen.
It was.
We pushed the boat out, got in there early. You and me started drilling the whiskies. Bloke who we both assume lacks a little ticker, went for a nap.
You did.
as
On
a
the
fucking,
Friday?
as a young
That
Vera
was on
the
Saturday.
morning.
Oh, Saturday I was half dead the whole day.
You never came good.
No, I didn't come
He
good.
never came good all day.
I didn't
There
come
was a
good.
look in his eyes.
And that was
of
unfortunately we were gonna fucking
fear.
we were
Yeah.
gonna try and catch up with some dribblers, and I was just like, dude, I'm fucked. I have to go home or I'm gonna fucking die. And then we were going out to dinner with the KO fam. I was like, I'm half dead here.
You were half dead.
I was fucked.
But you went to a Bucks.
Yeah.
Well,
That was fucking.
That was one of those things where it was like I saw a good yarn disappearing in front of my face.
Yeah.
Like,
But also a potentially horrific fucking yarn at the same time.
But that
Because it was on a
would've-
boat.
but that's why that's why it could have been a good yarn still. Because even if it was shit, a good yarn comes from a nightmare scenario.
That's correct.
Doesn't fortune favour the brave?
Fortune. Very poetic.
Yeah.
And it did favour the brave. So what happened was basically we were having a few fucking tins with the alpha blokes. Shout out to the
Tommy and
boys.
Cam.
Shout out to the boys.
Real good weekend with the fucking boys.
Real good weekend.
And Knuckles, who owns CTC, the hat I'm wearing at the moment. So these
Some fucking nice jewelry on Knuckles as well.
Some big
on his
emerald.
knuckles.
That's
The
his.
jeweled knuckles.
So I asked him about it. It's his wedding ring.
Ah.
It's his wedding ring.
There you go.
That's what it is.
There
it's,
you go.
It's legit.
That is.
It's like he's wearing this huge fucking emerald with
That's one of the
whatever the
gnarliest
fuck.
Or a
wedding
ruby
rings.
or something.
That is
Ruby
the
or something.
gnarliest wedding ring I've ever seen.
I would agree. Like
It's
it looks like
huge.
it's like something like a pimp would wear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like there's a bit of a fucking. Oh man, I was just gonna say the word dichotomy, but I don't even know what that means.
Well, say what you're going to say with that word, with
So-
dichotomy, and just see how we go.
Okay, there's like a dichotomy. It's not right.
Just go.
Because he's like your straight up and down country bloke.
Yeah. Very
Jeans,
country.
boots, button up, CTC hat,
Always.
and then a huge sparkly pimp ring
Yeah.
on his right hand,
Just like iced out.
iced out pimp ring, and that dichotomy.
I think dichotomy's right.
Yep.
Is it?
Sounds like it. It's a divisional contrast between two things that are opposed or entirely different.
So like a
Well
just a
done.
smack
There you
bang,
go.
buddy.
Holy fuck!
Well
Some
done.
of that dichotomy, Josh.
Fucking bend a bit
Huge
more.
from you, bruh.
I suppose, yeah. So the dichotomy surprised me. But no, so a couple of these Irish lads saw the alpha blokes, Tommy and Cam. They were getting pulled left, right, and centre all weekend, really, weren't they? Left, right, and centre. Perth is their territory. And they're like, "Can we get a photo?" Which is, "Can we get a photo?" Which is, "We love you, lads." Blah blah blah. And they're like, "We're going on a box on a boat. You just want to come?" And then they're like, "Yeah, fuck righto." And then I got roped. My initial thing was like, "I'm not going on a boat."
No.
With 20 Irish
When
blokes.
that guy came to the table and asked, I was like, fuck no.
You
boat-
boys made it very clear that this just wasn't
I
happening.
couldn't.
The
I
boat
couldn't have
part.
said
It
no
was the
quick
boat
enough.
part wigged me out.
The
Yeah.
boat. Yeah.
I'm
There's
feeling
no getting off.
vulnerable.
I would have gone
Yeah,
into a
as it
bucks
is.
area and gone and got lit up with a bunch of Irish dudes, getting locked on a boat, 4 hours.
Yeah, but I can tell you it was fucking red hot. So there was like, we went on there, they were fucking wild Irish boys. And the Irish and Australians are very similar. You're just taking the piss out of each other straight away. It was a good vibe. You know, it felt good. It felt right. They had 3 lovely women serving drinks.
Sure.
Okay.
Which helped.
They were lovely. Yeah. And we were on there for ages, mate. And
And
fucking,
Stedman's one of those catered. You just got a couple of waiters.
yeah, it was just like a catered.
Yeah, it was. That's what you meant.
Right,
Yeah.
Stedman's
You meant
white.
just some 3 really
Labour hire.
nice girls
Yep.
who were serving drinks.
Correct.
And that was
Okay.
it.
Nice,
At a Bucks
lovely.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe
Fully-
some chicken sandwiches or something.
Yeah, look, we had a couple of cheeky singers.
Some clams.
You know, they had
They serve clam.
tremendous personalities,
Yep.
big eyes.
Really?
All 3 of them.
Big eyes?
Big, beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
And they were just lovely lasses.
Sure.
Salt of the earth, dames.
Did you get to know any of them? Or?
A few of the boys did.
Yeah. So that
A
was,
few of the boys got up close and personal. Just quick
Yeah,
yarns.
yeah,
Just some close yarns. But no, it was fucking good. And then we basically... But there was one bloke... There was one bloke on there that was pretty punchy from the start. I'm like, this guy isn't happy that a fucking 4 random Aussie blokes are coming.
didn't like that.
Exactly why I didn't want to get in on that. I was like, this is just some more fucking Irish as well.
Yep.
You know,
Well, it turns out half of them were fucking boxers and kickboxers. So even if a stink fucking kicked off,
You'd have been fucked.
We'd be in the bottom of the Perth River or wherever the fuck it was on.
And it hasn't been a great week for the Swan.
That's great.
No, it hasn't.
But he was pretty punchy straight. Like, you get on and he's like, who the fuck are you? And he's just and you're looking at him. You go to shake his hand. He gives you like this. He was pissed as a fuck. I reckon he'd been on the bend.
Right.
And he just wasn't putting up with any shit. And he sort of was getting a bit testy with a couple of the boys. And I think a few of the Irish boys had to be like, oh, shut the fuck up. Just move on.
Testy in what way?
Just like he'd walk past and I think maybe give a bit of a nudge on the shoulder.
Little nudgy.
Dude,
And
that would have I would have just been like, what am I doing? How long am I sure I got to be on this fucking boat?
Yeah.
I've got a drunk Irish fighter, fucking Conor McGregor, wanting to be shouldering me and shit.
Did you get a shoulder?
I didn't get a shoulder. When in those situations with those drunk cunts, you just got to kill them with kindness. So I just like whatever he'd say, even if it was like, that's a passive aggressive nudge, you want me to react so you can react. I'd just be like, oh, fucking classic, mate. buddy, you're a cracker. Now get the fuck away from me. I'm going upstairs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But yeah, so big day this Saturday, and then we called it pretty early.
Oh,
Around 11.
We were very mature.
Very mature because we had a big day of blues the next day.
Chinese feed with KO, and it was
Succulent.
oh my god, bro.
It was shit spring rolls though, and I can't get it out of my head.
No, the springies
shit
were shit.
springies because you never turn down a springy.
You never turn down a springy.
Dude, the springies were fucking
They were
atrocious.
fucking dog shit. I'd go as far as to say probably the worst springies I've ever had.
I'd say
And I'm a springy guy.
Yeah.
You are a springy guy.
But in the defense of this Chinese restaurant, again, people working in Chinese restaurants, I don't know if it's like just when you're like a white man in there, but they don't give a fuck about service. And I don't mind it. They just go, fuck it. Like, you're here. I know that, like, we know what this is. You're hungry. We're going to give you food.
Yeah.
They just throw menus at you. Just go, fucking deal with it. Make it work.
Oh, yeah.
But the food was, I don't know how to say, like, très bien in Chinese.
Like you'd go.
I wouldn't attempt it.
Yeah.
Find me très bien in Chinese, please.
Find très bien in Chinese. Like this lady, you'd go any chance of getting a couple of bourbon and cokes, and she'd just put a hand up in your face and go no, and walk off.
And so she wouldn't even give you an option.
So it wasn't like well,
Would you like?
we don't have this, so you could have this. It was like no, and then walk off, and you'd have to get it back and go, well, let's pick this conversation back up.
Where we left it.
Just because you don't have fucking Jimmy Beam laying around, you may have his mate Jack Daniels.
Correct.
Potentially.
Yeah.
You might have his mate Bundy Rum.
Correct.
I can't be sure.
No.
Maybe you got some techie at the back I don't know about.
Do you have Chinese techie?
Maybe you got some grey goose. Okay. Squirreled away somewhere.
Probably not.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
because
Sake, or is that a Japanese
It's a
thing? That's
Asahi.
Japanese.
We were
No, but sake's a
Sake,
Japanese
yeah,
drink.
fucking wine.
Sure.
Japanese wine.
So we're drinking Asahi's in a Chinese restaurant. No Jim Beam, no Jack Daniels, no spirits, whatever. But
And
she
I was also like a fucking smackhead, almost like falling asleep at the table. I was so tired after the day.
You were, yeah.
I was like,
But I need to go back to these fucking springies because you got to think it's hard to fuck up. Was there no crunch to them?
No, they were
crunchy.
they're almost all crunch, and then there's nothing inside.
No,
of
but it was about what was inside. It was like almost like a paste.
I found it
yeah.
almost to be like it was like just a dusty shit. Like
Almost like there was like a bit of fucking blended up paste they've just spread through it.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
We had to ask 4 times for plum sauce. So you bring out the springies. The springies come out. I'm a springy lover. I'm excited for the springs. I've been waiting for the springs. They didn't come out first. They come out 5th or 6th. I'm waiting for the springies the whole time.
Yeah.
Come out.
kids
No
get
plum
fancy.
sauce. So I go, mate, where's the plum sauce? He goes,
I'm not
I'll come
having a
back.
dry springy,
He
mate.
brings back fucking some other weird shit. I go, no. Chili, plum, spring roll sauce. You know the one.
Yeah.
You know the drill.
That pinky,
Yeah.
orangey,
Comes
purpley
out. Fuck
colour.
it. It's
you
fucking
mean
great.
plum sauce?
Yeah. It's orange, I suppose.
No, it's not.
Well, some will bring out sweet and sour.
Well, that's a different sauce.
It's like a reddy orangey colour.
Well, there's sweet and sour sauce and there's plum sauce, and I'm not going to have you both fucking confuse them because
Well, plum sauce is more reddy,
they're
isn't
not
it?
the same. they're not the same thing.
No, they're not. I wanted
I'm
plum
gonna put
sauce.
my foot down
I wanted
on
plum
that.
sauce. I wanted plum sauce.
Yes, you did.
I wanted plums
Plums
sauce.
aren't orange, and that's just a good distinction to make. Plums not orange.
Plums?
Purple.
What colour is a plum?
They're fucking purple.
Are they?
there's blood
I don't even know what a
plums and then
plum.
there's
I don't even know what a plum
Well,
looks like.
that would be a blood plum then, Jack.
Well, those are the purple ones, can't.
Well, that's why. So just a plum is a plum.
What does a plum look
And then you're
like?
trying to be like, there's a blood plum, there's plums, mate. You ever read The Hungry Caterpillar where he eats through 3 plums?
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it's,
sorry, mate. We don't have all
I
kinds
had
of
that
fucking
book,
kids.
and we had they had finger puppets in
Yeah,
it.
dog. Plums are purple.
Yeah, they're purple with like a brownie grey tinge.
Oh, plum.
That sorted out for you.
Yeah, yeah. That's a kid who just seen a plum for the first time in his life.
I reckon, fair income, that's the first time I've seen a plum.
Shit, you haven't seen many plums in your day.
kid,
You ever bought a plum from a supermarket?
No,
I haven't.
fuck no. I don't buy fruit.
We used to have a plum
Neither.
tree in the
I don't buy
backyard.
fruit.
Same, we still do.
Yeah.
I buy strawberries covered in chocolate from time to time.
Do
That's
you?
more for like, your Valentine's
sexual.
Day.
No, as in like if I walk in somewhere and I see that they're selling chocolate strawberries, 9 times out of 10 I'll buy them. 9 times.
Really?
Out of 10.
I reckon I've had one strawberry coloured chocolate in my life.
You're getting chocolate strawberries when you see them. That's
100%.
so junky.
100%.
Well, 90%.
90%. But
So-
yeah.
I love them.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is that your favourite treat?
I just really, you don't see chocolate strawberries everywhere. You just don't.
I've had one of them, I reckon. Ever.
Right, but like
Like they're not getting
Where is-
around town all the
They're
time.
not.
You know what I mean? So when you see them,
You're
gotta
getting
get
it.
in.
You're getting yeah,
you
'cause
got to get in while
they
the getting's good.
usually it's some sort of like a pastry shop or
Yes,
something in
correct.
the window.
Yeah, like a delicatessen.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't
correct.
I don't not like chocolate strawberries, but I certainly am not a 9 out of 10 sort of guy. when I
I'd never
see 'em.
seek them out.
No, if I see it, I go, oh, yeah, they sell them.
Next time you see them, do yourself a favour, punters and dribblers, and fucking get some because they're unbelievable.
Okay. Well, good. to know.
Dark or milk.
Okay, buddy.
Ever what?
Never.
Not once.
Never.
No, that's fair. No, I get it.
That's good stuff.
Anyway, so we went to the UFC.
Yeah, we did.
We went to the Biffs.
I'll give
on
you cunts a
Sunday.
hot tip.
Oh,
If you weren't there, stiff shit.
yeah.
Because it was fucking
Electric.
terrific.
It's the greatest sporting event I've ever been to.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Spectacle.
I'd agree with that.
Comfortably.
I'd have to agree with that.
just
It was fucking awesome.
yeah. The vibe in there was fucking unbelievable. That Rack Arena.
Rack Arena's a good arena.
Hey, Rack Arena. Ow.
Hey.
In the Rack Arena. In the fights when they do the Rack Arena. Hey, watch Volkanovski in the Rack Arena. Hey, Rack Arena. Ow.
They should have fucking played that.
They really should have.
Dude, that would have pumped.
Yeah, would have. They fucking hate. They've missed an opportunity there.
That would have absolutely pumped.
But like,
It would have, bro.
It would have bumped.
That was a Rack Arena environment if ever I've been.
oh, like, but I'll tell you what, I got there at 7 in the morning.
You got there at Sparrows, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
So
We actually forgot to mention when we were all flying down on Friday, the flight was at like 10 o'clock and Jarchy got to the airport at 6 a.m. I just wanted to let everyone know.
Kid was excited.
Kid was so fucking
I was
horny.
pretty pumped.
10:50. What time was the flight?
10:15.
Was it 10:15?
Yeah.
I just didn't want to. I just
10.
didn't want to.
No.
It was
10:20?
No, it was 8:30. You got there at
Oh,
6.
yeah, sorry, that's right.
8:30. You got
The
there
one
at 6.
today was 10.
I didn't want to lose. I didn't want any room for error. And I just
you
knew if I
certainly-
leave it late, like when we were leaving today, and you go, bro, we'll probably 8:45. I'm like, fucking, hey, the fucking flight leaves at 10:15. Fucking 8:45, 20 minutes to get out there. If something goes wrong, you're not leaving yourself a window. I like a window.
We had a window. You got fucking half an hour window.
You get to,
That's not enough of a window for
you
me.
get to sit down there and fucking live your life once you're
I'm
around.
happy to be there, and I'm happy to be there for 2-3
We were
hours.
there for like an hour.
We got there an hour before.
Yeah, we left.
So we
at
had half-
30.
There's a
Yeah.
15 minutes difference.
No, we left. By the time we picked us up, it was 8:40. We got there at fucking 9:10. We had an hour and 5 minutes. Plenty of time.
What I'm saying though,
And it's Perth. Mate, we went through security once. So there's about 4 people in the airport.
I know, but all I'm saying is, I don't like that. I need a window.
But that is a window.
No, but I just want to be in there sat down with a big window because I'm like, okay, if
What
this
sort
cunt
of
gets
what sort of window do you need?
2 hours.
You need to be there with 2 hours to spare. There,
Yeah,
with 2 hours to
I'll
spare.
be sitting around having a fucking beer or having a feed or going for a little look at the shops.
Have you ever missed a flight?
Yeah.
So how does that work? Work that out for me. If you're a big fucking window guy,
It was a group situation and I was being led by fucking dipshits
Right.
that were like, let's run the Gaunty. And I go, well, we've run the Gaunty and we've missed a flight. So fuck the gauntlet. All right? Yeah. Let's get there with time to spare. I'm happy just sitting about doing 2 fifths of fuck all.
what do you do? What shops do you go and do?
Oh, I looked in the sunglasses hut and fucking...
Didn't buy any of that.
I was going to get some of those big fucking Oakley ones, but they're like fucking $250. And I'm like,
Oakleys aren't cheap.
I'll lose them.
The ones we got for fucking running were like $300, I think. $350, but they're sharp.
They're
Well,
sharp.
they're sharp.
Oh, they're
and
sharp
they
as
were
tax.
tax deductible.
Of course they were
They're
tax
running a
deductible.
marathon. So
Business experience, content.
Yeah,
you know.
can't. That's just,
shame worn past was also important to
Yeah,
it.
it was also it was our way of honouring the late, the great
Yeah.
Shane Keith Warren.
Could you just go get us some skill, please?
if you got Buckley's gun, you fucking get fucked. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, but
No, I'm actually really enjoying my
no,
time
no,
here.
no, no, no. But like,
This is cathartic.
It's
Yeah, it's
therapeutic.
nice.
Because I could go home and I could be fucking pissed off about the flight, or I
Yep.
could come in here with me two best mates
Yep.
and spin a couple of yards.
yeah,
Which is what we're doing.
And then I'm going to go home happy.
Correct.
straight into bed, shower first, preferably.
Oh, if
You're
you
going to crank that jank?
No, not going to crank.
you're not gonna have a shower crank
No, won't have a
of your
shower.
jank.
No, look, we have one bathroom in our house and it's shared by all in the family, and I feel like getting into that sort of work in a particularly shared space, a little bit, uncouth.
So how much cranking you doing?
Like, well, mate,
Generally, if we're talking average weekly cranks.
well, mate, about cranks per week, I couldn't tell you because I also
What's your CPW,
My
mate?
CPW. It's got to depend on the week, right?
Well, some weeks are higher than
Some
others,
weeks,
as
obviously,
we
you're
know.
going to have a much higher output just by nature of the week. But then also, like, I've got a lovely wife, so cranks are sometimes not as required. Sometimes they're more required. You know?
Okay.
What would your cranks per week be? Where are you at?
CP dub.
Well, I know you said you got into your work last night. I'm just trying to wind up.
Hotel cranks are one of the great cranks. You're just free. You're in a clean,
You're free to
pristine
crank. You
environment.
can crank on your own terms.
Like, I feel like my legs were spread and I was just cranking. like there was no tomorrow. A hotel crank is
What? So you're horizontal.
laying flat on my back.
Yeah. And then
Just cranking.
Eyes to the sky.
just do a
Eyes to the sky.
listen.
Yeah.
Earmuffs if you've got kids in the car.
Yeah.
But,
Jesus.
Yeah, we'll leave that to the punters and dribblers' imagination.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah, we might fucking just beat that.
But CP dub 3. 3 cranks a week,
Okay, good. Good. for
mixed
you.
in with a couple of chongs. So I get to work 5 times a week.
Okay.
Ned, what are you doing CP dub wise?
probably 2 to 3.
2 to 3 a week.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd go. I wouldn't be much higher than that.
Well,
I wouldn't have
yeah.
thought.
I don't know if you have time nor
Well-
the inclination.
It just we're getting on.
Are there daily crankers still doing the ranks
Oh,
at our age?
mate.
we'd be
At our
talking,
age?
Oh yeah.
we'd be talking a daily crank.
Oh yeah.
I don't doubt that for a second.
Yeah.
There are cunts blushing in their cars at the moment.
Correct. If you're in the car with the
daily
misso, I want the misso
Yeah,
just to
look
look at
over at
your
your husband.
hubby or your boyfriend
Ask him
right
how
now.
many times he cranks a week.
Listen,
Let's
ask your
suss the crank.
hubbies how often they crank, and
If he's a little bit beetroot at the moment, he's a
He's
a
cranking
daily
more. He's
cranker.
cranking more than you know. Then ask him if he's sick enough to do it in public spaces,
What
like a shared
what do you
shower.
mean?
Do you know at fucking
what, like at the fucking?
He was asking me if I was cranking in my shower at home. I'm like, no, I don't do that.
that's not a public place. That's
I
your
mean, like
house.
family.
Public places like down the park.
I think I meant shared familial spaces.
Oh, okay. Well, at a place that I used to work at. They had to send a message out, like the building manager had to send a message to all businesses within that fucking building, being like, "Hey, whoever's cranking in the public showers."
Did I work at that same?
No,
Okay, it's a different place.
because they were just they were leaving the mess.
No.
Yeah.
What? In the shower?
floor.
On the floor?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That takes you've got to be a psychopath.
And the showers had like,
There's a bit of
You can
shower.
see
There's a bit of
ankle in the
shower
shower.
stomper in that.
so the dividers in the showers,
see ankle.
it wasn't like they were blocked off individual, they are individual showers, but if you're tall enough, you could see over.
Oh, you can
And if
see
you're
who's-
small enough, you're showing mid-shin. So it's like,
Mid shin.
yeah.
Mid.
So you'd need to be in there alone, because if someone's cranking next to you, you'd know.
Yeah, you would. You could
You
hear
know.
it. No, you can't. You can't silently crank.
Didn't some bloke used to stomp shits down the fucking drain at
What do they call it? Frog
in your
stomp?
boarding house?
Yeah, something like that. Shower stomping. Yeah, someone, a gentleman got, he got
Waffle
accused.
stomp.
Waffle stomp. He did get accused, and we all. I'm not going to say his name, but
D or Dave.
well, I didn't go to school with Dave. He's still in preschool. There was a gentleman who was accused of shitting in the showers. Now, do we know it was him for sure? No.
So what brought upon the accusation that it's
I
this
think
guy?
a bit of Lord of the Flies type fucking, he did it. All right, he did it.
Throw Piggy off the cliff.
Like, that was like, somebody, because there was like, I was in maybe like year 9, so like all the older boys were like, we think it's him shitting in the showers. And it was like, oh, okay, well, I guess it's him.
But
That fucking sucks,
did the
man.
shoe fit?
The poo fit.
The shit fit.
Okay. Look, I didn't go through it. I chose to let that one go. I'm like, let's just hose it down and get back to work. I don't want anything to do with this fucking thing.
You don't want to be known as a waffle stomper.
No, you don't. You really don't.
Listen, if it came out that you were stomping waffles,
Yeah,
I think that'd follow you for the rest of your life.
it's problematic. Well, my mate
Your mate
Shitter,
Shitter.
he shit his swag when
Didn't
he
he
was
try
like fucking
and change
12.
his nickname though? Can you tell that story or is that not?
It's one of the great yarns. So Shitter shut his swag.
Bring it over, Tommy.
He shut his swag when he was young.
Yep. How young?
I'd argue it was probably fucking 14
Was he on the piss or just shitting his
on the
swag?
grogs.
Yeah.
Shit his swag. So we all called him Shitter. So that his nickname is Shitter. Now teachers would call him Shitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Parents, all the parents. Is Shitter coming this weekend? And
That's nice when something like that catches
So
up.
like people, there'd be a lot of people that don't even know his actual name.
it's probably one of those ones. Anyway, Shitter moves to fucking Moree. We're all overseas, living in Ireland and shit. Come back, the boys are at the pub. They're like, fuck, we'll go to Morpers and we'll bloody visit Shitter. You get there and fucking the boys are there. It was something along the lines of they're all at the pub with Shitter, all catching up, and then a few of Shitter's local mates fucking come in. They're like, g'day boys, how you going? They're like, how are you, Maverick? How are you, Mav? And the boys just go, Maverick? Want to run us through that? And he attempted a rebrand when he got to Morpers, and they were like, g'day mate, and he's like, g'day Cameron. Oh, just call me Mav. So call me Maverick, and tried it. So they knew him as Maverick.
Maverick.
And then we actually did start calling him Maverick. We were like, oh, hey, Maverick.
Yeah.
As like a piss take.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's
because he just
Maverick.
Yeah, he hated the nickname Shitter.
Yeah,
and
but
he goes,
picking
I'm
your
gonna,
own nickname
Simmy
and
P.
picking Maverick.
Simmy
Love
P
Top
said
Gun.
that to me once. Simmy P goes, oi, what did he say? If you call me Stifler, I'll call you Van Wilder.
I'm good.
Van Wilder? I'm going to pass, buddy.
Why did he want Stifler?
Because
He just
Stifler
loved-
was where that age. Stifler was like
Stifler
the
was the
funny guy
man,
in American Pie.
True.
And
Stifler
Van
was all the
Wilder was also
rage.
cool, but I was like, no.
Not doing that.
Listen, Sam.
Sorry, dude.
You can't pick your own nickname.
It's just a fact of life.
And he didn't even have a bad one. It's like he had a bad
Paso.
nickname. It's Simmy,
Simmy.
Paso.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad. No,
No.
not bad.
So we're in Perth.
We were. Biffs. Jarchy got there
Can
at
I-
first light.
I also want to go, but can I jump back before we go back into Biffs?
Well, we haven't got to Biffs yet.
So
So,
it's
Correct.
kind of good.
Yeah,
it's
so
like
it's fine.
It's like they jump in.
Yeah.
I want to shout out fucking Will Schofield and his mate Dan from the Backchat podcast, who we hopped on there.
I completely forgot we did that.
Well, that's what
It's
I
not
mean.
because I didn't enjoy it,
No.
but because it was such a whirlwind.
Such a whirlwind. It was like what we did as soon as we got into town. But
Scoey.
of premiership winning fucking AFL player fame.
Correct.
Yeah.
But
Fucking good bloke.
just got
real
on
good
with the
fella.
guy straight away. I was like, I like that cunt.
Yep. Same with Garlop.
Yeah.
Josh Garlop as well,
Josh
yeah.
Garlop.
Fuck, he's a good. And the Shep
Shep
mates.
mates.
There's a lot of good
Shep
cunts.
mates. Lot of good
it
cunts.
was.
Fuck me.
It was a nice crew of
Simi was there,
people.
Jordan Simi.
Yeah.
yeah,
It was
Olin
Techers.
Techers.
Olin Tech. Just padded nicely.
Real good mob of cunts.
And then all the KO people were lovely. But
They
it
were
was-
great.
Are lovely. We've fucking done a lot of these. But Biffs, there is nothing comes close to Biffs.
Well, I'll be honest, when I walked in there and it's 7 o'clock in the morning, there's already a fucking fair crowd there at like 7 in the morning.
They were at 50% capacity for like the prelims, for like the earliest five.
Yeah, it was fucking
Crazy.
The early prelims, 50%.
Yeah.
Which is fucking outrageous.
But I get in and I'm still like puffy eyed. I'm like, fuck me, Dad, okay, all right, I'm here, cool. You can sort of hear a bit of a roar or whatever. And I walk in, it's 7 in the morning, and I just see this guy just get punched square in the middle of his fucking face.
Oh.
And I go, that's a big morning.
Yeah, that's a lot. A nice early fucking
Fucking
knuckle
swack.
sandwich.
And it was on the big screen. It was just this fucking cross, boom, straight in the center of his fucking face, straight in the schnoz, and he just reels back, and I'm like, oh, far
That'll
out.
get you up and about.
It'll wake you up.
Yeah, that'll wake you up quickly.
Pretty spicy getting somewhere so early and just watching.
Violence. Well,
Violence.
when we arrived at like 10, there was like vomit all outside on
Yeah.
the footpath. It was like,
a lot of that.
I think a few boys were bending in.
Oh, fucking oath.
Yeah,
It was absolutely fucking
Couple of
cherry ripe for bending in.
particularly one dribbler that came and said g'day to us from in the line was like, oh, this guy's mouth is...
Shout out to
Doing
that
the
dribbler.
work.
Shout out to that dribbler.
Hey, good guy.
But listen, it didn't go unnoticed.
No, you were gurning your little face off.
Swinging low, sweet chariot.
Yeah, swing low.
How
Sweet
early was
chariot.
that? That around 10 a.m.?
Oh, it was about 10:30.
Perfect.
Yeah, something like that.
Perfect.
I will say this about fucking Biffs. So obviously, if that was in New South Wales, it'd be like 3 hours later. So you'd be looking at 10 a.m. start. But I liked starting early. The
Same.
main event was done at 2:30. It was
Yeah.
the whole afternoon,
Mate.
to fucking do what you want to do
Blue
at Perisher
skies.
Blue, baby.
Yeah.
Perth has a real issue with clouds.
Oh,
They're allergic to them.
Perth's allergic to clouds.
Absolutely allergic to them.
Couldn't have been bluer.
she was blue, wasn't she?
Now, how
Blue
should
for the
we?
Blues.
How should we approach the Biffs? Just Biffs that stood out.
Biffs of perp,
Yeah.
biffs of consequence.
Biffs of note.
Biffs of
Biffs
note.
of note.
Who was the guy that got kicked in the fucking sack?
Josh Cullabau.
And he goes, listen, I know I've got 5 minutes here to like rearrange things, but I'm only going to need 2 minutes, and then I'm going to fucking choke that cunt out.
Yeah.
Came back
Yeah.
and showed that. And that guy he choked out
Remember
as
how
well
quick he
was
got
like-
onto him? He's just bashing them, bang,
I know.
on his back.
And but that guy as well, like even in the weigh-ins and shit, like looked like he was high on his own supply. So
Yeah,
it's good
you
to
like
see him
seeing
get
a
fucking choked out.
Exactly.
Which bloke was that again?
The guy that like fucking pushed him. You see the guy in the weigh-ins, and he
Oh, yeah.
Choked
Yep,
him.
I do. Yeah, I love that shit.
yeah, he get choked out.
I felt kind of sorry for that Jamaican dude. Because
Brown.
Who fought
Against
Jack
Jack
Della
Della
Madalena, my mate.
Yeah,
You
because
should-
like he like just the Australian crowd in the fucking press conference, like the weigh-ins and shit. If they weren't an Australian fighter, there's zero chance of you getting to talk. It was just boo central.
Yeah, just Boo City.
He got booed fucking to like to the ends of the earth
Yeah.
at the press conference, at the weigh-in, when he came out.
Yeah.
It was just like,
He
he would have
just-
been overwhelmed.
And then he just got
his
stormed.
entire
But
engagement.
you are literally, you're fighting a hometown hero, mate. Like,
Yeah.
so
It's not going well for
stiff
you.
shit, mate.
No, dude, it was so good. He absolutely fucking steamrolled the cunt.
Fucking oath he did.
And he's like legitimate. The guy Randy Brown, who Jack Della Madalena beat, is a legitimate step up in. I was listening to fucking a bunch of people talking about how it was like an actual legit step up in class, and Jack just fucking butts.
It was fucking impressive because he just looked so long and so rangy and so dangerous.
Whipping kicks. And
Yeah,
shit.
like fucking, and then he just drove it into him.
That was a fun atmosphere.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude. The
mate.
I was
crowd
like, when
went
that
psycho.
was going psycho, I'm like, okay,
Came out to
this is a
TNT.
taste of things to come. TNT.
Yeah.
That was mad.
That's living.
For
That's
those of you
good shit.
that missed the Instagram story, I'll give you a quick recap as to how I embarrassed myself in front of the Della Maddalenas.
Oh, please do.
But at the press conference, he's sitting in front of me, Jack Della Maddalena, and next to us I go, that's Jack, right? The people next to me know Jack, work with him. They go, yeah, that's him. So I go, great. I lean forward and I say, Jack, good luck with your fight on Sunday. I'm a massive fan and I hope you fucking kick the shit out of him. And the guy's like, and he's sort of like pointing to the stage. I start
Tom
to
had
panic.
Tom had his hat backwards, by the way. I think
That
that's important.
is important to know.
Can I tell you why my hat was backwards? Which I always
But it was backwards.
It's just
I mean,
it's
I wear
backwards.
my hat backwards all
No,
the time.
but I just think it's important.
It is
Okay.
important.
Okay.
It's important to know.
So I have my hat backwards, and it's a yellow. It's bright.
Yeah,
It's a bright hat, bright yellow hat. I lean in, and I say all of these niceties, but as I reel away, I get like a sort of a sense of uneasiness running through my body, going, "That isn't how the interaction such as that should run." Something felt off. He was sort of not responding in the correct ways and the right cues. Hard to hear though, but he's pointing at the stage a lot. And as I'm sitting there, like sort of just processing it in myself in like a little bit of a sweat, then I just hear fucking Johnny go, "Introducing Jack Della Maddalena," and then he walks on stage, and the other guy who I was just talking to has not moved from his seat. So I'm like, well, who's that guy? Who's that guy that I just spoke to?
Who I
Has
just,
a-
by
has
the
a-
way,
has a very similarly broken nose.
I don't mean to interject, but it's not an environment either where you just could go like, "Oh, g'day, mate, how you going?" You had to bend down with a backwards hat on and scream into this man's ear how big a fan
He was,
were.
but Tom was so excited. He's like, I think that's Jack Della Maddalena. I think that's Jack Della Maddalena. He was asking everyone like, and I go, I don't know. So Tom Giddy's a little fucking schoolgirl, or boy, with his hat backwards, leans in for the kill, trying to get a couple of brownie points.
Just trying to, just trying to establish a connection.
And then
Couldn't have gone worse.
did you go?
Well, so I when the real Jack Della Maddalena walked on the stage and I started to like cringe to death and sink into my chair, I then leant over to Eddie and was like, I need to tell you what's just happened to me.
He had to get it off his chest.
I need you to know what just happened to me.
Yep.
And then I fucking basically couldn't concentrate for the rest of the press conference.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you what happened as well?
Oh, that's good stuff.
That's so cool now, cocksucker.
Fuck.
So Ned just
that's
turned his hat
great.
from backwards to front.
Yeah, if you're listening.
Yeah, if you're
go
listening.
watch the YouTube.
Go watch the YouTube.
Fucking, and one of the great comments was when you posted that yarn on the Instagram and fucking Jack wrote on it saying he's killed
Yeah,
people
my
for
brother's
less.
killed people. Look,
Which
it
was
might-
terrifying to read.
It turned out to be his brother, so I wasn't too far off. They look very similar.
Their noses are
They're-
clearly both broken.
Were broken very similarly, though. Like,
Sure.
but I went and I passed on my apologies to, again, I don't even know what fucking his brother's name is yet. Tell him maybe you can find that out.
Joe, maybe?
I feel like
Joe.
Ben. He sounds also like Jack Della Maddalena sounds exactly like Joel Edgerton. So that's just
True.
another thing. Identical. Anyway, I'm hoping that maybe this my most recent awkward encounter with a UFC fighter sort of maybe leads to Jack coming on the show one day.
You're getting a bit
Sticks
of
to
a
that.
fucking name for yourself, aren't you?
Yep.
I think
Volk.
Josh is his brother's name.
Josh.
Jack and Josh feels right.
Does feel right. I
So
just
similar names too. Start with a J.
I mean, you're like, for fuck's
reeked
sake.
of a J, didn't it?
Yeah. It's good, strong names for good, strong boys.
They are strong boys.
Strong boys.
Yeah, and apparently his brother Josh
Stinks.
was killed for less.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That-
Yep.
So, so you,
I
you
was
could
lucky.
you could actually
got
be,
lucky.
You got fucking lucky.
Yeah.
You should count your lucky stars, mate, for getting out there with your bloody.
Well, they're punchy. They're punchy events. There's a lot of room for punching on at these sort of events. I realised.
Oh shit, yeah.
You just got to have your wits about you.
I tell you what you don't want, like what you basically can't do at a UFC event is hope for a cubicle toilet that you can take a shit in.
You can't.
They
got one.
Yeah, dude. Do you know what I had to go through and what I had to do once I was in there? Like,
Yeah.
that wasn't a satisfactory outcome. It was just that I was running out of options.
Yeah.
You didn't have any
was-
options.
exactly.
Well, someone that we know actually left and went back to their hotel room.
No.
Yeah,
Big trek. Just to get the job done and then came back.
yeah.
Probably a 40-minute round trip.
That is.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. See, I reckon I'm pretty. I just shit anyway.
So
No, you don't.
I literally do.
You came out in such a huff.
Yeah.
You were so upset.
Because the toilets, Judge, were absolutely covered in piss.
Yeah, well, just
How
get
did,
the
you,
toilet
how
paper
did the
wipe.
germaphobe go about
That's
that?
what I did have to do. Is that an enjoyable experience?
I do that every single
If
time.
you've got enough toilet paper, it's not the end of the world.
Hold on,
Yeah.
cunt. There's a
It
difference.
doesn't get on your fingers.
There's a difference between like just wiping a bit of piss off a toilet paper, off a toilet bowl, and going into a place where there's like piss on the walls basically and all over the floor.
Yeah, it wasn't
And-
prime, but
And having
Well,
to
just don't let your fucking trousers hit the ground.
you don't. That's what I mean. There's a lot of things you got to fucking.
and you got zero hope of your cock touching the bowl. So what the fuck are you
that
doing?
ain't happening. Don't worry about that. It's not getting. There's no danger of a touchdown there.
There's no cock to porcelain. Put it that way.
No,
So all you're worried about is a bit of piss on a plastic seat.
no PP on the pants.
Oh, people on the pants.
Yeah, but you don't
the
get
floor.
PP on the pants.
You
You,
don't get
just
PP on
don't
the
put them on the floor.
Listen,
you
guys.
fucking sum the situation up before you get in there.
No,
and you just
before you get in there, you don't
get
know.
your legs wide.
Yeah.
And you have the elasticity of the fucking
Yep.
of the waistband, Tom,
Yep.
that holds the pants in place.
Trust
it's simple
me,
stuff.
I am a veteran. of
Well, it doesn't
those
sound like it. If you're a veteran, you wouldn't be in such a huff.
Yeah, it's
No,
correct.
no,
You'd have it down. pat.
Incorrect. Because I am a veteran, I think that I've earned the right to be like, this was fucked. This is a fuck place to go to the toilet.
I can see
Well,
where
like
you're coming
where did it rank? Surely it didn't rank. You know, it wasn't. Surely it wasn't on the Eddie Bathurst 11 p.m. sort of.
No, it probably wasn't. It wasn't like it wasn't 3 a.m. at a pub bad.
If
But
you've
for,
got-
like,
if you have a
public
toilet seat-
I'm like, I just find it fucking almost infuriating that like people that leave piss on the seats. He'll do it all the fucking time.
Yeah, I
He just
I
leaves
wipe.
piss on the seat. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that?
Yeah, I don't do that. I'll clean it up every time.
I'll go in there.
Because that day I'm just like, fuck me,
He's
Dad.
left piss all over the seat. I'm like, what is wrong with you, dude? Like,
Did
you're
it
a,
once.
you fuck off, cunt. You do it all the time. I'm like, you're an adult.
I'm actually arguably, I clean like public toilets more than I do my own. If I'm at home and I'm watching a movie or something, I go and take a piss and I've seen that I've pissed on the seat, I'm like, I'm going back.
See, that's ridiculous.
But in a public place, I'm like, I can't do this to the other people.
That's absurd.
You know what I mean?
Listen, if you're at the UFC, if I can understand a situation in which a bloke who's been on a fucking bender
Yeah.
and goes in to use the fucking toilet, maybe pisses on the seat. I can understand.
No, that's
that.
that's the reality. Of
Given
UFC.
zeros.
Yeah.
Yep,
No,
that's
it
what
doesn't.
happens, mate.
So anyway, Yair Rodriguez and Josh Emmett were fighting.
That was a good sting.
It was Josh Emmett's the weirdest person though. Like I think
It was like we'd established throughout the weekend, the three of us, that we were getting weird fucking vibes from Josh Emmett.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know him, but I'm just saying the vibes I was getting from Josh Emmett, the way he spoke, the way he fucking walks.
Pit
acted.
Magoo.
He's got fucking, like, I mean, Jesus, it's hard to be hypercritical of someone in such good fucking nick. But, like, a bit of an alien body. You know what I mean? Like, he's obviously as jacked as he can be, but it looked like fucking foreign. He has muscles in places that the other cunts don't.
As I said, imagine if you woke up one morning and he was in bed with you. You'd be fucking terrified.
You'd be
That's-
rattled.
That's correct.
You'd be fucking rattled. And
Yep.
he's staring at you with those beady eyes and his beard and shit. Anyway, kid got pumped.
Kid got pumped. His walkout music was awful. Kid got pumped.
Like, it was so bad. Tom was like, this is Emmett's music. How fucked is it? I'm like, I think this is Paddy music because there's nothing on the screen. And then sure as shit.
What was the song?
It was nothing.
can't sing it to you.
That was what was so. It was. There was nothing like ampy about it, like
Yeah.
where it's like walkout music sort of vibe. There was nothing memorable about it where you go like, oh, this is a classic song that's like, oh yeah, everyone will sing along to it.
Yeah.
It was as close to elevator music as you could get.
True.
Yeah, it was fucking
It just
weird.
was nothing. And I was like, this is exactly the music Josh Emmett gets hyped about. It's exactly it.
So it made sense.
Yeah.
It made a fuckload of
As
sense.
soon as he came out with that, like, there's no way this guy wins.
What's the big fucking Islander bloke that drilled the yank.
Oh, tougher.
Samoan bloke.
I got that.
We got it too.
Yeah, we got it.
We got it too.
It was
we
great.
got unlucky.
We were 2 fights. We had knockouts. We had both. They were finishing submissions. Fucking who'd we have there?
Yeah, Rodriguez and Jack
And
Delamalena.
Jack. Yeah, both subs.
Yep.
You could have get $16 for Jack sub.
Really?
But dude, we had him round 1 knockout and knockout, like just knockout generally, and he basically knocked the cunt out in round 1 and then just choked him once he got him down.
Because he was like, he was going the hammer fist and it was like, call it.
Yeah.
And he didn't, and then he chokes him out. Anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is.
We then arrived, punters and dribblers, at the creme de la creme.
Oh,
the zenith of the day.
Yeah.
It was so good.
The peak, the fucking main event. Now, Volk walks out to Land Down Under,
Which is fucking red hot.
and it fucking slapped.
It did.
The crowd was
What are you doing, buddy?
looking for his vape.
Oh, okay. I threw that thing out the second I woke up this morning.
Nah, Papa Bear still needs his juice.
The crowd was foaming at the mouth.
Oh, mate.
And they sung the whole thing. It was
Yeah.
fucking sick.
Atmosphere was hectic.
Unbelievable.
Like, the most electric thing I've ever been to.
Comfortably. Like, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. It's something about how high the stakes are.
Well, it's the
You know
home.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's a fucking not hometown. It's an Aussie fighting in Australia to become a champ against a fucking highly touted, bigger, heavier fighter. Like that's the perfect concoction.
Absolutely, but just generally, I think what the UFC provides is this, like, you care about all the other fights on the card, and as I said, like, the stakes are so high that you can't help but be, like, incredibly invested in each fight and how they might go. Now, you might get a Tyson Pedro one where by the end of it, you're like, this is a fucking awful fight. But, like, for everyone, you're like,
The main
"Ooh,
event, yeah,
what could go on
Pedro's
here?"
wasn't great, but like everything else built. It built on top of each other. And like I was talking to fucking Suka and he was like, mate, think about the production value, right? Like in between fights, they've got Joe Rogan speaking eloquently about MMA and like fucking champions and shit.
those video
And they've
bits
got
were
these
mad.
fucking footage and they got like violins in the background and shit. Like
dude.
they're just pumping your dick
Yeah.
or your vag the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Just pumping you up.
You do get so hyped. Like, I felt a bit bad.
Dude,
because-
I was genuinely getting moved in some of those videos.
Yes.
in
Yeah.
between. And they're all different. They weren't just playing the same one the whole
No,
time.
No.
Keeping us interested, keeping us engaged.
They know what they're doing.
The lights go black, video on, like, yes.
What I
cunts.
loved is when it'd all go dark and then all those fucking spotlights are going in the crowd. I'm like, I've seen this on the telly.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
And then, like, the lights around the octagon.
Oh,
and, like,
mate.
It's just
Bruce
dark.
Buffer, Bruce
Buffer's a late,
good,
dude.
just seeing him go to work was fucking special.
He's better live.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
fucking unbelievable.
And hearing the crowd just absolutely go off for it. That
Yeah.
was awesome.
Islam came out to a fucking.
His song slapped. It did.
I can't tell a lie. It got me fucking.
We
got my
couldn't
hips
help it. We were
activated.
like, moving. We were like, this song's really cool.
My hips were activated.
yeah, you were Shakira.
It was like an intense
Those
fucking Dagestani rap song. Even though I don't even know if it's Dagestani, but it seemed like something that was probably like that wouldn't be out of place in like a Fast and the Furious sort of movie scene, or like that Triple X when Vin Diesel was Triple X, where he's in some like
Shout out to
Eastern
Triple X.
European
Triple
like
X.
bunker warehouse party or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
There's some,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
music playing and some
Like,
hot Russian chick.
That's Vin at his best.
That's Vin at his best.
That's what Islam's walkout music felt like.
Yeah, it was when Volk, because everything Volk did, when he was like fucking, he'd hit him with a good shot, or even when Islam had him fucking, and he's just hitting him and just talking to him. I'm like, this motherfucker gets you so hyped
He was
up.
throwing out shuckers, mate.
Yeah,
Shuckers.
He's the
telling
wildest
the whole
unit.
crowd to fucking
amp up.
amp up, cunts.
Yeah.
Like, come for me.
I felt kind of bad though, because I had one of the lovely ladies from KO sitting with us. She was sort of sitting next to us. And when that stuff was going on, I'd be up on my feet going, fucking feed that cunt. Feed that cunt. just because I was
Can't
so
help it.
hyped up.
You can't help it.
I couldn't
You can't
help
help
it.
It's primal, mate.
But
it's primal.
You know, she must have been like, Jesus fucking Christ.
It's
You
primal.
can't help it.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It takes over.
It takes over.
There's nothing wrong with it.
And he put in a very fucking special performance. As one of my mates said, his stock went up.
I'm broken.
Yeah, it's not.
When I'm broken, I make poor decisions.
Dude, I might have some as well just to wrap up the weekend.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Wrap it up. It's
You know what I liked before we get into the nitty gritty, the minutiae?
Yep.
I liked that the fucking commentary got drowned out by Islam's a wanker.
Yeah.
We watched the fight again when we got home last night.
Couldn't hear it.
Well, you can
Islam's a wanker. And it just gets louder and louder and louder. And you're like, that's what I also liked about that fucking crowd. Like, something would start and it'd be loud. And then when the first verse or like the first stanza or whatever would end and people would clued onto what was going on,
Then
the next time it
everyone
came in, it was fucking loud, bro.
Everyone got into it. Lot
loud.
of twist his dick and a lot of rip his dick
Oh,
off.
there was some really
But
like.
that was standalone. They weren't like,
were
that
standalone,
weren't
yeah,
a
correct.
unifying.
No, they weren't.
Correct.
I was about to say real lowbrow shit, but then I reflected on some of the conversations that we've already been through on this very podcast.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
I don't think we can fucking. You can't lowbrow.
No,
You can't low.
I can't sit here and start throwing stones.
This is not a highbrow conversation.
Certainly not.
No,
No.
not when you're talking about cranking.
When you're talking about hotel cranks.
Hotel cranks.
But yeah, it was fucking. Yeah, he's just a fucking icon. As we said the day before, we were like, if he wins, it's a coronation.
Well, we were of the belief, the three of us, at least we held hope for the fact that we were attending our first coronation.
Yeah, correct.
Now, if you don't know what that fucking means, it would have been the coronation of the potential greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I'm heavily biased, but I would argue that a kid who's fucking dominated the featherweight division, beaten the greatest featherweight of all time 3 times,
Yep.
and then goes up in weight against a fucking machine like Islam. If he were to get the chockies there,
Yeah.
I think you can make a very strong case.
You could. Because they already call it like, well, he's a pound.
Now, again, you might be like, shut the fuck up, Eddie, you don't know what you're talking about. That's fine.
He would have
That's
been in the
my
conversation.
opinion.
He wouldn't necessarily be the GOAT because there's like John Jones, but he would have been in the conversation for sure. 100%. But
100%.
But it's funny because, like, and again, so when we watched it, we thought he lost. Like, when we watched the Volk fight at the end, we were like, we
We
thought
had
he
it
lost.
3-2.
Yep.
Again, I'm
And
not
then,
a judge. That's
yeah,
what
we
had.
don't know what the fuck we're talking about. We love Volk. And we thought, we were like, it just felt like, again, the way that they judged this shit, that he was going to lose. And then when we went and watched it again at the end of the night, because we're fucking meticulous professionals, we needed to...
Well, we like to do our prep.
Needed to do our prep for today.
Yeah, of
We went
course.
back and watched it after midnight in a hotel room
One in the
around a
morning.
laptop.
Yeah. And can I be honest with you?
Loved every
Yeah,
second
of
of
course.
it.
Loved it.
Of course.
Loved every second of it. But
I
even
find
watching
it very
back,
difficult.
We were watching it back and we were like trying to be,
As non-biased.
well, exactly right, because we were wanting him to win. And
But I was looking for the rounds that people thought he won.
Yeah,
that
so-
I
and
thought
he
he
thought
didn't
he
win. I was like, I wanted to find myself wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Because you hear Joe Rogan, that live stream he did, everyone thought that Volk won.
Yeah.
It's not what I saw, but then I went back and I was looking for it.
yeah, I wanted to believe.
I wanted to see it,
Yeah.
and I didn't.
Yeah.
But the thing that I heard someone describe it this way, which is what I think is the way to best make sense of it. And, you know, maybe it's something the UFC can look at after they hear us talking about it here today. But
Which they do. Well, they
which
do.
do.
Yeah,
Don't-
But
don't
it was
listen.
like,
Oh, they're
it
across
was like
these.
Volk won the fight and Islam won the sport. So it's like, you know, Volk finished the fight on top, beating the fuck out of him. Islam looked like he'd had the shit kicked out of him.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And as the fight was going on, Volk was more dominant. And even when Islam was getting him down, like the things that won Islam the fight was like getting him, you know, taking his back and holding
What
him
would
down.
they call it? Suffocating rounds or something?
Yeah,
Like when you get
suffocate the round. Yeah, what was that?
No, that wasn't the right
Cruz
word.
was saying it. That wasn't
Yeah, he was saying it. Basically,
stall the round or something. Where he's basically just saying like, stay on the feet, exchange for a little bit, then get him down and just kind of like,
Yeah.
He's under pressure.
So
the
then he
whole
gets,
time.
so he scores the takedown, but then he's down for 3 minutes, and no one's really scoring on the ground. But
Yeah.
But
He
Volk's
was-
not scoring either.
That,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
correct.
problem that I have with that is like He wasn't doing anything to Volk when he was on the ground. Volk was getting up.
No, it's just all this shit.
Or they
All
were
the
just
arm
fighting the
movement,
hands.
fucking
But he was
technical
staying
shit.
active enough so that he didn't get him up.
Yeah.
I'm like, but nothing's
Volk was
doing.
punching the shit out of him as well. So again, you're going like, I know they're not going to score this in Volk's favour. Like the fact that he's like getting, he's in the body triangle and he's trying to choke him out. But you're like, this seems like a guy that's just like, okay, well, so I'm just going to sit here while this guy just holds me in a spot. Like,
Yeah.
all he's doing is kind of just holding me here.
Yeah.
But
But do they fucking does Islam like get points while that's going on? Like, is there shit going on where they're like,
It's
okay,
like
he's had him for
control time.
30 seconds. so
Control
that's-
time.
Yeah, right.
There's like significant punches,
Yeah.
fucking striking, ring control, submissions, like takedowns and shit. It's all ranked, but like there's like a specific order. Like ring control is not as important as significant strikes, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? But like they would sort of like, they would go back and forth with exchanges and then he'd just take him down and just suffocate the round. And then it's just like, he doesn't give him an opportunity to score.
I was listening to Rogan and they were
which I'm
talking about Pride,
annoyed.
which is like the old fight. Was it like in Japan, their old fight promotion?
Yes.
They would weight the last rounds of fights more. So there'd be like the way that you were finishing the fight was more valuable than the other rounds. So in that situation with Volk where he's like smashing the shit out of him to end it, like that would have actually been worth more. I thought that was interesting.
Put it this way. If those gentlemen were fighting to the death,
Volk wins.
I think Volk's still alive.
I agree.
Same.
Because he was running around the fucking octagon after 5 rounds.
That motherfucker could have gone 15 rounds, bro. He's the strongest, fittest.
The little engine that could.
Oh, mate.
Fucking hell.
He's fucking strong, that cunt.
He's strong.
It's funny because Islam he was of the opinion that cunts fucking know when I get him to the ground, like I get on top of them.
It's a different story.
They're like, what the fuck? But I think the opposite happened. I think Islam was like, oh, what the fuck?
This guy.
This guy's fucking strong as an ox, bro.
He said that in the post presser. He was like, yeah, he's very strong.
Yeah.
He was like, he was so strong.
Yeah. He's a fucking strong cunt.
And Volk's like, Volk was saying that he didn't know whether Islam was pretending he wasn't as strong. Like earlier on, like in some of the earlier exchanges, he was like, I wasn't sure that he was just gaming me a bit, and if I started to exert myself, then he was going to really apply pressure. So I didn't. He was like, I held back in certain moments, and he's like, now I realize that he wasn't that strong.
Fuck, that's mad.
And
That's
I wish I'd
bullshit.
gone harder.
Well, Volk reckons you posted it. He posted. He reckons
3 out of 5.
2, 3, yeah. 2,
He
so he
definitely
definitely
had
won
5.
3 and 5. 2
Yeah.
is a huge call.
And even 3, dude. Even last night we were watching 3 and we were like, shit.
So that one of the judges didn't give him 3.
Yep.
And I was furious at the time. I'm like, sack that cunt. Watching it back, I can see where he might have got that from.
True.
And
But
again,
I was like,
don't know anything.
Again, to my eye.
Yeah.
And we don't know what we're talking about, but 2 seemed like a huge stretch.
2, I'm pretty sure he gets knocked down once or twice and then taken down. I was like, how the fuck does anyone think he got 2?
But we know he got 5, gentlemen.
Oh, fuck.
Now,
I
there's a lot of
kicked him
rematch
if he
chat
got it.
running around. Is that realistic?
It's a good fucking fight. UFC likes to make money. It'll hold up the featherweight division, but like, fuck it, who cares?
Well, I think would they go back and defend? Like, does Volk go back and just fucking wipe the floor with Rodriguez? Islam would fight.
He would probably fight maybe.
Yeah. Who?
Interesting, maybe Dustin Poirier.
Maybe
Maybe a
Sure,
bit of Dustin.
Maybe Dustin Poirier.
Maybe
Yeah.
Dustin.
Gage is still fucking about. What's he up to?
Gage is around there. Maybe there'd be. I mean, he's going to need a fucking bit of a breather. Like, I don't know if there's any other featherweight fights coming up where maybe.
Who, Volk?
No, I mean, like, so maybe there's like a number 1 contender fight that's coming up, like Benil Dariush and someone else maybe. And Oliveira. Oliveira could go again.
Oh, yeah, fucking oath.
He was there.
He was there.
He actually got
He was.
he got a big cheer.
Well,
Yeah,
man,
he did.
He's cool. I like Oliveira.
He
He
got a
was
huge
fishing with
cheer.
Bam Bam the day before. They went fishing
Fishing.
together. Yeah.
Bam Bam had the crowd eating out the palm of his hand.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He's a unit, that cunt.
Yeah, fucking oath he is.
He's in his bucket hat, fucking
With his
drilling
shoes,
shoes,
no,
No,
but
walking
but he bought a fucking pump towel to pump.
Well,
cunts
that
up.
pump towel, that was a pump towel, pump up, but it was also, I was watching him like he was a sweaty mess.
Right.
It
So
was
it
white.
was-
That
it
was,
was like
that
it
was
was,
a
you know-
functional pump towel.
Functional. Credit to him. Shout out to Big John, Johnny Goat, who also uses a fucking sweat towel.
Does he?
Yeah. When he goes to festivals, he has to take one.
Sweaty boy.
I'm a sweaty boy too, to be honest.
At the end of the day, punters and dribblers, although our boy Volk didn't get the chockies, it was the best sporting event I've ever been to in my life.
Yep.
Yeah. And Volk's a weapon.
And his stock's gone up irrespective.
100%.
And you couple that with 3 days of ripping and tearing in Perth, and you come away a happy little camper.
Oh, we're
A
happy,
happy little
camper.
Vegemite.
There's a bit of dust on the shoulders.
Yeah,
yes,
there is.
But I'm a happy camper.
I'm not looking forward to tomorrow morning or Wednesday morning or Thursday morning, but then by Friday morning, hopefully things.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow morning because I don't have a child. So it's all about the big fella.
Yeah, that is true. Whereas I've got to go to work.
Yeah.
So that's put me in a bit of a headspace.
I've got to take.
I'm
the
in that
babies
Uber
to
alone.
daycare.
Back to my house tonight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dark.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dark.
But think about the light.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about the light?
I've just been doing a lot of ripping and tearing recently.
Yeah, I'm off. I'm done.
No, but listen, 3 days at Streets into 3 days in Perth, it's too much for my soul.
I
Yeah,
also
no.
did a week in fucking New Zealand
Yeah.
where every day it was like fucking schoolies.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
grogging
done.
every day.
No, I'm out.
And
I'm
well,
tapped out.
I thought I was out. I said to Steph, I
I'm
was
not
like,
drinking anymore.
well, I've got a fucking
I'm not drinking again.
No,
I've got a
quit.
shindig in Tamworth this weekend. Cute.
No
What have you got in
vapes.
Tamworth?
A baby shower.
Oh, Toad.
That's
Marissa Hunt.
baby showers shouldn't be that loose.
It will be.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it will be. It's going to be a bit of a shindig. Bit of a fun baby shower because baby showers are just for birds, isn't it really? Kind
I
of.
don't know. Actually, I think we had one where.
Well, Ella went to one on the weekend. It was just girls. So,
You
I
mix
think
it
this is a mixed shower.
yeah, right.
So I'll be showering fucking rum down my throat come Saturday morn.
So
Saturday morning.
So nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. And let's be real, probably have a stiff one when I get home. just to lull me to sleep. Just to ease me back into my bed.
Right, but you turned down the tequila.
I just felt I wanted to be a bit sober on the podcast and really
cute.
enjoy
I
it.
mean,
You know what I mean? But a
don't
nice
think any of
warm
us are
whiskey
drunk.
before I go to bed.
excuse me.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Excuse me, everyone.
You need to. No speaking tomorrow.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna
Just text me. Don't get on the phone. Like you love getting on the blower. Just text.
I'd prefer to if I've got an idea like something I need to say. I prefer to have to sit there and fucking type it
No, but I'm
out.
saying tomorrow, giving you voice.
Oh no, it's
just
yeah,
text.
it's kind of silence.
Just text.
Daddy's hushing.
Have you boys got a big week or
Yes.
bit on?
It's
For the kids?
It's like it's a big-ish.
Well, it depends.
being huge.
It's not. It just depends on a couple of things that I won't bore anyone who's listening with.
We've got some things on. Yeah.
Yeah. I think in the context of how I'm going to feel over the next couple of days, it's going to be a massive week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what's going to make
It's confronting. Just generally trying to speak. We do get a live stream Friday.
We do have a live stream Friday.
Interview with a prominent rugby league player who
On
rip and
Wednesday.
tear a note on Wednesday.
So I've got 3 more things to do this week. Now,
Yeah, that to the listener doesn't sound like a whole heap. But there are some other things in there that I'm not going to talk about because
No,
they're irrelevant to
three big things.
Yeah, gotcha.
Now, this is already boring enough. We are doing a live stream Friday night. Chooks, Manly, trials. Manly obviously humped the fuck out of the Rabbitohs.
Yep.
Obviously, you could say it was a 2-point win. It's not important. We humped them.
And they had a man down.
Tom and I will be joined by the great, the powerful Justin Horro,
the Scope
aka
Horro.
the Scope. And we're gonna have a great time.
So we'll be on the KO YouTube and I believe maybe on KO as well.
How'd the Dolphins go?
They
lost by 2 points, I think.
2 point. They play the Cowboys?
I think it was 30. Was it 32-30? Something like that.
The first touch of a football for the Dolphins in like their era as a team in the rugby league was a drop ball.
I love that.
Kicked off to a kid, he dropped it.
The kid dropped it.
Kid dropped it.
It's a good start.
That's a fucking start, isn't it?
That's just
That's
fucking...
a-
That's
Fucking
that's a
start.
fucking start.
That's a start. That's
reckon
exactly
that-
what you want.
Do you reckon that's a sort of...
Score, Tobler?
22 all with the Cowboys.
Right. So my 32-30 might have been the Rabbitohs Manly game.
Yeah,
That was 30-28.
30-28.
Sure. So I'm all
We
Had
weren't
some boys
really
looking
across
good.
it, to be honest.
No, I was keeping a cursory eye, a lazy, wandering eye. But Tobler, just quickly run us through the scores so I can make sure that the scores I have in my head are correct.
You had a childhood Eddie's eye. on the
Yeah, I
rugby league.
had young Eddie eye.
You had a young Eddie eye over the weekend. On the
You had a
rugby league.
3-year-old Eddie's eye on the
Three-
rugby league.
Yeah.
3-year-old Eddie's eye.
2 to 6.
2 to 6.
2 to 7.
2 to 7 with an eye patch on, watching Home and Away with Mum to try and learn how to see again.
Yeah, just
Eddie's
trying to
eye.
learn,
Yeah.
and then realizing it's not working, and now the other one's turning.
Now
and
the
you
other
can't
one's
wear 2
starting
eye
to turn.
patches, can you?
No, you can't.
That's called a
And-
blindfold.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just 2 eye patches.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, that's true.
But you'd probably, just due to the admin of it,
Yeah, you
you'd
may
probably
as well just get
you
2
didn't invest in a
blindfolds, one
blindfold.
blindfold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always after dinner. Go get your eye patch. Go get your eye patch, mate,
Go get your eye patch, buddy.
and we'll go watch Home and Away together. Try and strengthen that thing up. Didn't work. Had to go see Dr. Chang.
Nah, Chang had to get in, didn't he?
Yeah, Dr. Andrew Chang. Shout out to him.
The late.
I don't think he's dead.
Oh, no.
What made you
Thank
think?
God.
What made you think the great fucking Dr. Andrew Chang was dead?
Nah, there is a doctor who was definitely murdered long before Eddie was looking for eye surgery
Oh, gotcha.
in Sydney.
Oh, the Chang murders.
Yeah, the Chang. Andrew
Well,
Chang.
I don't
He was
think-
also a heart doctor, so probably
Wasn't there a Chang
more irrelevant.
family murdered that owned a news agency?
Yeah, I know what you mean. That was yes.
The
But
brother did some
was it
fucking.
Victor Chang? Tobler?
Maybe Victor.
I think Victor Chang was the heart surgeon who got murdered by some fucking assholes who were trying to kidnap him.
True.
He was like the forefront of heart surgeons or some shit.
Yeah,
My
so-
old man knows where he was murdered, and every time we drove past, he goes, "That's where those cunts killed Victor Chang." And so now I just know, like he always points it out. I'm like, it's like
I
it's
might,
a fucking,
I might have a
landmark.
kip.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
just gonna
done?
sleep here?
Is that all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 It's all right, man. Harry Garside meditated on the potty for a little while.
You used to have a kip. Well, we go through some contractual obligations.
You mean referring to the rugby league scores?
Yeah.
Right.
On behalf of KO.
Yeah, on behalf of KO. Take us through the scores, Tobler, just to bring us home on this podcast.
Bring us home, mate.
So kicking us off on Thursday, the Warriors pumped the Tigers 48-12.
Loved it.
Followed up by the Sharks beating the Knights 28-16 on Friday. Then Manly 30-28 against the Rabbitohs.
Famous win.
Saturday, Penrith beat Parramatta 22-16.
Yep.
St Helens beat the Dragons 30-18.
Sucked in
I had
Dragons.
13 plus, and they won by
That
12.
Dragon
No
dribbler would be
Dragons
upset.
podcast. Yeah, sucked in.
Roosters beat the Storm 32-24.
Sucked in.
Dogs beat the Raiders
Sucked in
34-18.
Raiders.
Dolphins Cowboys draw at 22 all.
Boring.
And then
Cowboys
Broncos
and
Titans draw 24 all. last night.
Oh, sucked in.
Sucked
All,
It's all the Queensland teams drawing.
You couldn't win. Losers.
Sucked in.
Losers. Now, you can watch more trials this week, exclusive on KO.
Yeah.
It's the only place to watch them. You can catch me and Tom
And
Friday
if you don't have
night.
KO, then you won't be able to watch them.
Yeah.
And if you don't have
Sucked
if you don't have K, you're a fucking loser. You're a coward if you don't have KO. You're a fucking coward. Speaking of cowards, just to bow this podcast, Tom and I did watch the fucking cricket on the weekend, and I'd like to say that they're all fucking cowards, a lot of them.
Except
Pathetic.
for old fucking goggles or whatever.
Todd Lee Murphy, one of the great debuts.
Of Eddie
7 for?
Simpson's eyes in the Test cricket
Yeah.
team fame.
Yeah, yeah. He's got a lot of young Edward Simpson about
Yeah, he
him, but the
does.
kid can bowl.
Mate,
Yeah.
I think Victor Chang's
7
actually
for-
like working for that team. Is that Mr. Chang? Is that your doctor? Is he over there?
Dr.
With
Andrew Chang,
Andrew
yeah.
Chang, is he over there with Todd Lee?
Oh, he'd have to be, mate.
Just working on those papers.
He'd have to be. He'd have to be.
him? Eye patches home and away on fucking VHS. Or
But
whatever it
listen,
is.
getting fucking humped into the earth by an innings and a fair bit is unacceptable.
It was
I just
awful.
want that
No,
to be
yeah,
on the public
that's-
record.
yeah.
Fucking
Well,
pathetic.
It's public.
Yeah, what did you think, Jack, about the Australian Test cricket performance?
I don't give a fuck. But I did say that I have been watching the test, the fucking documentary on Amazon Prime, and it's sort of gotten it's piqued my interest in cricket. And I'm finding in my older age, the older I get, the more interested I seem to, the more I can sit there and enjoy watching cricket.
But,
Whereas,
but it suits you down to the ground. You sit there and have a couple of rums and
yeah,
a couple
and
of
chat
whiskeys.
with mates, and I actually do find myself enjoying it a lot more.
Okay, great.
It just used to bore the fucking cock off me,
Yeah.
and it's
Okay.
as simple as that.
Just put it
Has your
eloquently.
cock ever come off?
Has it ever completely separated from you?
Not from being really bored.
Okay. But
Nearly mid crank, mid hotel crank. That's the only time it could have been.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's a nice way to
Separated. That's
good,
probably a great way to finish.
Yeah, I think it's probably a good way to bring this thing home.
Shout out to us for going the big lift.
Yeah.
I think we need to pat ourselves on the back.
Thank you to us. Thank you to Jarch for coming in.
My pleasure.
It just felt right.
It felt right. I think,
And it's been right.
It has been right.
it's taken a little bit of a load off my vocal cords.
It's been oh so right.
Yep. I've really enjoyed it. Thanks.
just right. Now you're staying here tonight, aren't you?
I'm just going to sleep in the
You're
studio.
sleeping here with Tobler?
Yeah.
Tobler sleeps in here.
Yeah, I'd fucking sleep
Well,
in here.
Tobler's not allowed to leave.
I'll probably be up playing Time Crisis till
We've
3 a.m.
got a collar on Tobler, so if he goes through the doors, he gets zapped.
Ah, that's smart. That is smart.
It's just good business.
We just shouldn't let him leave.
No, well, we don't.
We don't let him leave. He's
It
actually
gets stronger the further he gets away.
Is that how it works?
Property, yeah.
Yeah.
Then he eventually collapses.
and if he keeps fucking up, he'll be chained here.
Yeah,
So
choke your chain.
listen to your collar.
Yeah. We got him like a nice bowl of water and shit. Like he can,
We do have a bowl over there actually.
Yeah, for Tobbs. In case he gets thirsty.
People think it's for Tonga. It's not.
no, it's not for Tonka. Tonka drinks out of.
Oh, that
Tonka drinks
kitty
heavy
litter.
on out of the bottle.
The kitty litter as well, just
He
for
does.
Yeah, no, Tobler.
That'll probably do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?